Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another video here on the channel. Yes, I was feeling incredibly frumpy, so I stuck some lipstick on and I'm hoping that it will solve all of my problems. Will it work? I don't know yet. But today we're going to be talking about series I have yet to finish. This is by no means an exhaustive list. I just took some time and made a series tracker on my yearly plan. So I've got my laptop out and I thought I would just go through all of the various series that at the moment I would like to finish or need to decide if I want to finish. And Editing Judith's going to put all the covers in because I don't feel like doing it today. Sorry, Editing Judith. This is in no particular order. This is just how they ended up on the spreadsheet. And I'm not going to include any series that I'm up to date on them, but the last one hasn't published yet. So for example, Chorus of Dragons, I am currently technically up to date on it because the 5th book hasn't come out yet. So I'm going for series that have published books that I have not yet finished. That's what we're going for. The first up is Regency Fairy Tales by Olivia Atwater. This is a gorgeous, don't know what that word was, but it came out of my mouth, Regency romance, but fae involved. It's a wonderful time. I have read the first one, which is Half a Soul. I have read the second one, which is 10,000 Stitches, and the short story, which is The Lord Sorcier. But I have not yet read something about shadows. Long Shadow, the cover will be up on screen. I would like to finish these. The last one is on script. I'm just working out when I'm going to get to it. I think these are perfect for when I just want like a book that I can read all in one sitting. So maybe I should wait until my TBR is feeling a little bit less stressful and I can just choose to pick up a book on a whim, you know. That never happens. Then I have listed Animorphs, which is an ongoing series I am reading. At the time of filming, I have read 31 books of the 54 in the series that I am reading, so I have 23 left to go. That is the biggest number of books remaining on this list. It will happen. By April of 2023, I will have finished all of them. That is the plan. Brandon Sanderson, I've only written down 2 of them. I've written down Skyward, which currently there are 3 published books. Skyward Flight, the novellas, is coming out soon, so it'll be kind of like a 3.5, I suppose. I have read the first 2. I have the 3rd one on deck to finish, but I would like to reread the first 2. Maybe by the time you're watching this, I will have started that reread. Let me check the other tab of the spreadsheet to tell you. When are you watching this? Yes, I will be reading the first book as you watch this, so how exciting for you. I am looking forward to finishing that series. That's one that I got the 3rd one and then just it didn't quite fit in with my schedule to put a reread for 3 quite large books at that time. I think it was around about the end of the year and everything was just a bit whew. But I do really like that series and I'd like to revisit it and get my head wrapped around everything and then keep going. I know that series is not 3 books. I really wish it were just a trilogy because I feel like I'm in it for the long haul for a lot of series at the moment. That's just how I feel. The other Brandon Sanderson series I've listed out here is the Stormlight Archive, of which there are currently, please, Cosmere people don't come for me. I wrote this down. If I wrote it down wrong, that's on past me. We can't be angry at current me. Absolutely not. 6 books. I've read 1 of them. I've read The Way of Kings. I would like to go back and read that again. And I think I'm going to update this tracker to just have the whole of the Cosmere on there. And then I can read through all of them. The project will happen. I'm thinking September. September feels like a good time to do that project. Maybe I'll just put it in the schedule and we'll go for it. A series that I don't know if I'm going to finish, but I do own the 2nd one physically because it was sent to me for free and I'm trying to decide if I want to read it or not, is The Secret History by H.G. Parry. I don't know if I'm going to read them. I'm going to read the first chunk of the 2nd one at some point and decide from there. That's the plan. But it's on this list because I need to at some point do that. Moving into some YA contemporary, Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I have actually read all of this online, but I don't own all of the books, so I'm not counting it as having read the 4th one yet, but I have read the first 3. I buy them when I see them and I have money. That's the plan for that one. Age of Assassins by R.J. Barker. This is another R.J. Barker trilogy. I think this was his original trilogy, but I'm not 100% sure. And this is Assassins. Justine has read it. Justine absolutely loved it. I bought the 2nd one and the 3rd one in a charity shop and then didn't ever buy the first one, or have bought the first one and have lost it. I need to do a bit of a memory refresh on that one. If not, I will buy the first one and read all of them. I've read none of them. I would like to read all of them. That's where I'm at with that. Temeraire, or His Majesty's Dragon. I can't quite remember which one's the first book title and which one's the series title, by Naomi Novik. I read the first one. I absolutely loved it. There are 8 more and I have yet to read them. 8 more or 9 more? 8 more and I have yet to read them. That's probably the 2nd longest series on this list after Animorphs. I would very much like to have read them, and I think they are on script, so again, another project for future Judith to deal with. This one I've read none of them. Very few series on here I've read none of because I wasn't sure if I wanted to include series I hadn't started yet, but I am going to for some, because this video has no logic to it. This is The Onyx Court by Marie Brennan. This is the only Marie Brennan series I haven't read. And I think, casting my mind back through the past, I did take one of them out of the library once, but it wasn't the first book, so I didn't read it. And again, they are all on script, so future Judith is going to have a great time reading those. They are Fae-esque, I believe. The Tenseret series by Neon Yang, I've read the first one. There are 2 more. Yes, there are 2 more. I have not read them. I was going to buy the bind-up, but then I think I'm going to do them by audiobook, so that's the plan for those. This is a series that features non-binary characters. It's a world where your gender is neutral until a point where you decide, which is really interesting to read. And I would like to see where the series goes, because I've read the first one twice, I think, and I would like to fully finish it. It feels very like Nine Fox Gambit to me, where I just want to be done with that series. I would like to have read it. The First Law series by Joe Abercrombie, and in this I'm encompassing A Little Hatred, that series, Age of Madness. Oh, that was a deep cut in my brain, and obviously the First Law trilogy itself. There are 3 more standalones that I need to read, so those. Joe Abercrombie is an author that I really need to be in the mood for, and he kind of feels more wintry to me, so maybe towards the end of... I was going to say towards the end of this year, but I've already committed to quite a lot this year, so maybe towards the end of 2023 we'll read those. Equally, also Joe Abercrombie, I would like to read The Shattered Sea. I've read none of them, I would like to read the Deathless series by Namina Fauna, the Gilded ones and the Merciless ones. I read the Gilded ones and I liked it well enough, but I didn't unhold it because I didn't want to reread it, but now I do kind of want to reread it because I want to read the second one. I'll get to it at some point. Another duology that I think I pair them up in my mind because I bought them around about the same time, but Witches Steeped in Gold and the sequel, something about red, burning red, something, the cover will be up. I should have looked these up beforehand, it's fine. I want to read the second one to decide if I want to keep the first one, as is fairly typical with me in YA at the moment. I'm holding on to the stuff I want to reread a lot, and this is one that I'm not sure about. Our most recent, at the time of filming this, Space Sirens book, The Imperial Raj by Anne Leckie. I would like to read the rest of that series. I've talked about that a fair amount, and probably read the companion novel, the name of which I cannot remember. I would like to get to these because I think that I would enjoy them, and my wife informed me that I probably will, so that's definitely on the list. A couple of Nnedi Okorafor things that I would like to finish: the Nasibidi's scripts, which are a kata, witch, warrior, woman, in some order there, I think. I read the first one, I really liked it. I would like to finish that series. It's been a couple of years now since I read that first one, so I should probably get on that. And also Binti, I've read the first of the Binti novellas. I need to finish them. I would like to. I think I want to do those by audiobook though. I really like Nnedi Okorafor's writing, so I'm excited to one day get to the bottom of those. Oh, there is more Brandon Sanderson on this. I'm a terrible liar. We're coming on to things that I've kind of added on at various points. So I have the Becca Cooper trilogy, I think, by Tamara Pierce. I have the first 2 of these that I was gifted for Christmas, and I would like to read all the books on my physical TBR, so that means reading them, and also buy the 3rd one and read that one as well. I've put Mistborn Era 2 on here because I think I've only read The Alloy of Law, and I know that there is another book coming out this year in that ilk. Again, Cosmo people, don't come... Angela, I haven't watched your video yet. I haven't taken the time to put it into my brain. It's fine. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I can live with that. But that kind of comes into the whole, I need to read all of Brandon Sanderson. I'll get to it. Chronicles of the Bitch Queen by K.S. Veloso. I read the first book. I don't remember anything that happened, and I would like to finish the series. I think this is one that I hear people talking about a lot, and I heard really mixed reviews. I know some people who really like the books, I know some people who are like, so I would like to find out for myself. I think probably what I do is do a reread of book 1, and if I feel positive about book 1, then I'll finish the series. If not, it'll be a series DNF, I think. One that I have been wanting to finish for a while, the Camelot Rising series by Kirsten White. Now, I haven't been such a huge fan of this series. I don't think it's written particularly well, or at least not to my tastes, but I would like to know what happens. I would like to know who ends up with whom and what magic ends up going down, so I would like to finish that series. I'm waiting till I can find it in like the library or on some ebook service. I would like to read it. I don't think I want to own a copy at any point. That's my issue there, but I would like to finish it. I don't think I'd do a reread of the first 2. I think I'd just jump right in and polish it off. There are heaps of other series that I am technically in the middle of, or that have other books coming out soon. This is as much as I have put down onto the spreadsheet so far. Lastly is the Arcadia Project, which is our current Space Sirens read at the time of filming. By the time you're watching this, we will have done the live show for it, but this is a paranormal, fae, and also film production in LA kind of a story, and it's very exciting, and I liked the first one a lot and I would like to read the other two. And that's one that I might pick up on audiobook when I'm done with this Chorus of Dragons project. Maybe. So that leaves me with 75 books left to read. If you don't include Animorphs, it's 52, which still feels like quite a lot, but not unmanageable in a year for me. I don't think I'm going to try and do this in a year because obviously there's other stuff missing from this list and stuff keeps getting added to it all the time. I can't quite remember what my exact maths was in terms of percentages, but I knew I wanted to get the number of books left to read down by quite a significant amount by the end of the year. I am aiming to get it down to 38 books. Is that at all realistic? Not really, because there will be other things being added to this, but I can try. I've definitely got it down some, because I've read some Animorphs and some other things, and finished a few bits and bobs, but we'll see how we do. Maybe I'll do an update at the end of the year. Would you like to know? If I managed to read all of this in my entire lifetime, I'd be very impressed, but we can be aspirational here. We can make promises to our future selves that we don't intend to keep. That's fine. Do you keep track of what series you plan to read? Are there any series on here that you're like, ooh, I'd quite like to read that one day as well? Because I'll read them with you, just give me enough notice. Comment all of your thoughts and feelings below. If you haven't already, while you're commenting, please do subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated and motivates me to finish things like this list. You can also follow me on social media, come hang out on Discord where we have a wonderful chill time talking about books and making promises to our future selves that we do not intend to keep. Nothing makes me feel more loved and appreciated than my patrons over on Patreon. If you'd like to join their number, that information's all in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. There's gonna be some bloopers now. A series that I keep looking behind me for things. No, editing Judith's doing the stuff.